very. Good though. Too much water.
Where's the mic? Haven't got a microphone. We'll start, guys.
Sorry. Hey Ben, how you doing? You talk about Felix Jones and the work he's done around the defence. What will we see tomorrow that might look a little bit different post World Cup?
Well, Felix has brought a new, I guess you call it system, but I think an attitude as well about how we use our defence to become a bit more of a weapon. I thought our defence by the end of the World Cup was in a really good place, but he's taken it to a new level in terms of empowering the boys and energising us in terms of, when we lose possession, which at times we might with how the game goes, how quickly can we get the ball back, how quickly can we have try-scoring defence, and he's brought that attitude, and we're really excited to seeing it, almost first time tomorrow.
Is he quietly spoken? Is he a table basher?
He is. His passion, you can't help but get excited by the thought of defending. He probably does more meters in training than any other player, which I think is pretty impressive. You can see why everyone speaks so highly of him as a coach. His knowledge of all facets of the game is unbelievable, and I think that coaching setup now is one that does truly get the best out of the players.
He's won a couple of World Cups. Was there a point early on in your relationship with him where he said something or he did something where you went, I now understand what this bloke's all about?
Probably had that from minute one in terms of how he presents, how he talks to players one-on-one, his diligence. He's pretty much, you can contact him at almost any minute of the day, and he's going to be ready to flip open the laptop and have a chat with you. So, like I said, his knowledge and his commitment to making us a better team is second to none.
Do you have one last one for me? Do you have a defensive WhatsApp group? How many WhatsApp groups are there within?
There's a few now. There's a few different splinter groups and stuff. Yeah, we've got a few, but like I said, it's all for the better of the team. And
but does he have his own? Is there a?
He has no. He likes a one-on-one communication, okay. and that's where he gets the best out of the players, I think.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Ben, there's obviously a new face in the back row in Ethan Root. So what do you like about his game, and what have you seen in him in training?
Well, when I first came across Ethan, we played Ospreys, I think it was last season at the Stonex, and I remember thinking, you always way up the back row at the end of the game, and I thought he had a brilliant game against us. Tough, does a lot of the unseen stuff. You talk about that a lot, but truly he's an operator in terms of doesn't really have a weakness in his game, is what I've seen, and that's only confirmed it the more I've spent with him in the training week and the weeks gone by. He's a very humble guy, hard-working, wants to get better, and in terms of Sam and myself, his skill set, his abilities, his mindset complements ours incredibly well, and I'm really looking forward to playing with him tomorrow.
England haven't got off to the best start in the tournament for the last 4 years. Has that been talked about much, and how do you go about addressing that?
It's been spoken about in terms of not necessarily the results, but the performance, in terms of the intensity that we've brought in those previous campaigns. And Steve's challenged us, Steve's empowered us, Steve's excited us with the fact that this is a new journey, a new team, new 4-year cycle. He knows what he wants to see, and we're going to try our best to deliver that for him.
Hi Ben, could you talk about how much that your personal World Cup campaigns helped you feel more part of this team? I mean, if it has, and how much has it done for your confidence? Yeah,
it has. I had a good time to reflect on it. Being out injured for a few weeks, it allowed me to kind of decompress, have a really good think about where I was at with my rugby, what went well, what didn't go well, what areas I want to grow in, and then I guess coming back in, there's always that little bit of unknown coming back into camp, and that combined with the excitement of being able to represent England again in whatever form that looked like. So I felt like this is the most connected group in terms of the short time we've been together, it's very connected. A lot of people have played together, but then that's also got that nice blend of youth and the guys that have come in for the first time or the first handful of times that they've been allowed to be themselves. They've been allowed to make mistakes on the pitch. We've had some good times off it. So, I feel like the squad's in a really good place.
Tom was just talking about how you're growing as a leader. Jamie was saying something similar recently. And I was just thinking that, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that long since you were, trying to kick the door in to get into the squad. But obviously a lot's happened in that short space of time, in that relatively short space of time, hasn't it? The fact that you can, you obviously feel comfortable to try and take a leadership role in whatever, however that manifests, that must be one testament to how you're going generally, but also to the environment as a whole?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of everything. I think you look at the rugby IQ, the leadership IQ that had left our squad after that third and fourth playoff. Ben Youngs, Courtney Laws, Owen, just to name a few. There's probably a good void, a big void that's been left by those guys, and Steve's been brilliant in empowering a few of us in terms of getting a bit more out of us, taking hold of certain facets of the game that we specialise in or are strong at. So, yeah, in that regard, the environment's been brilliant. And in terms of myself and what Jamie and the other leaders have done, they've lent on us. They've lent on a few of our younger guys. I mean, Alex Mitchell today was talking a lot about our kicking game. It's us, and for someone like him to be able to do that just shows how good the environment is. And yeah, like I said, there's a void of leaders that need to be filled by some of us 20, 30 cappers that need to start stepping up, I guess, and start thinking about the team as a bit more global aspect rather than just individual performance.
Do you relish that side of it, that challenge and the pressure? It seems when you're, going great guns, it seems like you do kind of, love all that side of it, really.
Well, I love first and foremost, I love sport, and all good sports teams, all good sporting moments have had people emerge as leaders. And I find that when I'm in the heat of the contest, I can't help but try and get involved in that. Probably at times a bit untempered, and that's probably where my development is coming as a leader, is terms of picking the right moments to speak and picking the right moments to go into loads of detail, picking the right moments to feed off emotion. And yeah, like I said, I've really enjoyed maybe having a little bit more of a senior role in this camp so far, but also trying to be authentic to myself, and knowing full well that I've got to play well to keep my spot in the team because the back row is so competitive. So yeah, it's a nice combination to have.
And Jamie really well, obviously. How do you see his captaincy, and where can he take this team?
Well, I think first and foremost, Jamie's been a brilliant leader for a number of years in whatever environment I've seen him in. And I truly mean that. On and off the pitch, he gels people together, he connects people, he empowers people. And then, yeah, over the last 2 weeks or so, and I've not really seen a change in him, which I think is testament to his character. He's being very authentic to his own style, as well as, leaning on others to get the best out of certain individuals as well. If he could stop beating me on the golf course, that'd be a nice touch as well. So, but yeah, no, he's been brilliant. I've loved his work. I've loved working with him, and long may it continue.
Hi, I'm Gianluca Barca from Old Rugby in Italy. Italy's coach yesterday said that the worst he can expect for his team is you guys playing the same rugby as you did against Argentina in day one in the World Cup. Can it be the case?
Well, I think you're going to see the same amount of intensity, if not more, the same amount of passion, if not more. In terms of the style, we've spoken a lot about evolving and developing our game, with also seeing the same nuts and bolts of what makes a great England test team. So I think hopefully you'll see the right blend of experience, excitement. You look at the number of new cappers we have, I think that's quite an exciting prospect as well. So hopefully you see the best of everything we've got, and like I said, married up with the right passion and intensity.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks, guys.